Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the world around you fade. Together, we will journey to a realm where myths come alive and mysteries whisper their secrets. This is your moment to pause, to wonder, and to escape. Ariadne and the Ball of Thread. The hero, the maze, and the betrayal. The curse of the Minotaur. Long ago, on the island of Crete, King Minos ruled with an iron will. His kingdom flourished, but beneath his magnificent palace lay a terrible secret. The Labyrinth. A twisted maze designed by the genius craftsman Daedalus. Within it lurked the Minotaur, a monstrous creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull. A punishment from the gods for Minos' defiance. To appease the beast and the wrath of the gods, Minos demanded a grim tribute from Athens. Every 9 years, the city was forced to send 7 young men and 7 young women to be devoured by the Minotaur. The Athenians lived in fear, knowing that the day would come when their children would be chosen for the slaughter. Theseus, the hero's gamble. When the 3rd cycle of the tribute approached, a young prince of Athens, Theseus, could no longer bear the shame of his people. Brave and headstrong, he vowed to end the Minotaur's reign of terror. He sailed to Crete with the chosen tributes, determined to enter the labyrinth and to slay the beast. Upon arrival, he caught the eye of Ariadne, the daughter of King Minos. She was unlike her father, gentle-hearted, intelligent, and kind. From the moment she saw Theseus, something stirred within her. Perhaps it was fate, or perhaps it was love at first sight. But she knew one thing: she could not let him die. Ariadne's gift, the Ball of Thread. Ariadne sought out Daedalus, the labyrinth's creator, and pleaded for a way to help Theseus survive. The old craftsman hesitated, but seeing the determination in her eyes, he gave her the key to escaping the maze. A simple ball of thread. That night, Ariadne met Theseus in secret. She placed the ball of thread into his hands and whispered, "Tie one end to the entrance and let it unravel as you go. When you slay the Minotaur, follow the thread back to safety." Moved by her courage and trust, Theseus vowed that if he survived, he would take her away from Crete and make her his queen. The battle in the labyrinth. With the thread secured, Theseus and the other tributes entered the dark and twisting corridors of the labyrinth. The air was thick with the scent of damp stone, and every passage looked the same. Without the thread, he would have been lost forever. Deep within the maze, the Minotaur awaited. The beast charged, roaring with fury. Theseus, though strong, was no match for its raw power. The fight was brutal. The Minotaur gored him, slammed him against the walls, and nearly crushed him beneath its hooves. But Theseus was cunning. Using his speed and wits, he dodged its attacks, and at last drove his sword deep into its heart. The monster bellowed one final time before collapsing. With the Minotaur dead, Theseus followed the golden thread back leading the tributes to freedom. Ariadne's betrayal. As dawn broke, Theseus and the tributes fled to the shore where Ariadne waited with a ship. True to his word, he took her with him, escaping Crete and Minos' wrath. For the first time, Ariadne believed she had found happiness. But as they sailed across the Aegean Sea, Theseus' heart wavered. Some say the gods whispered to him. Others say his love had been a deception all along. When they reached the island of Naxos, Theseus made a cruel choice. While Ariadne slept, he abandoned her on the shore and sailed away. A goddess's justice. Ariadne awoke to an empty horizon, betrayed and alone. She wept, her heart shattered. But she was not truly alone. Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, had been watching her. He saw her sorrow and was moved by her strength. Taking her as his own, he lifted her up, crowned her with stars, and made her his immortal queen. Theseus, on the other hand, was not so fortunate. In his sorrow or distraction, he forgot to change the black sails of his ship to white, a signal he had promised his father if he had survived. Seeing the dark sails approach, his father, King Aegeus, believing his son dead, threw himself into the sea. The waters swallowed him, and from that day on, they were known as the Aegean Sea. The lesson of Ariadne: love, betrayal, and destiny. Ariadne's story is one of sacrifice, courage, and heartbreak, but it is also one of transformation. At first, she is a princess trapped in the life she did not choose, bound by her father's rule and the shadow of the Minotaur. When she sees Theseus, she takes a risk, giving up everything she has ever known for the hope of love and freedom. But love, as she learns, is not always returned in kind. Her story reminds us that even when we give someone our whole heart, even when we sacrifice for them, they may not honour that gift. People, like Theseus, can be selfish. They can promise us the world and leave us with nothing but silence and an empty shore. But Ariadne's journey does not end in tragedy. Though she is betrayed, she is not broken. Her suffering is seen. The gods do not abandon her. In the end, she is lifted higher than she could have ever imagined, crowned in the heavens as a goddess beside Dionysus, a god of joy and celebration. This teaches us a powerful truth. Sometimes, what feels like our lowest moment is actually the beginning of something greater. When we are abandoned, when we are hurt, when we are left behind, we are not truly alone. There is a path forward, even if we cannot see it yet. Theseus thought he was leaving Ariadne behind as nothing, but in the end, it was he who was left with regret. The sea still bears his father's name, a reminder of his failure, while Ariadne's name is written among the stars. So if you ever find yourself feeling betrayed, abandoned, or lost, remember Ariadne. Your story does not end where someone else chooses to leave you. Sometimes being left behind is just the first step towards something far greater than you ever dreamed. As the whispers of myth fade into the stillness, carry their magic with you into the world. Until we meet again, may your spirit wander, and may your days be filled with wonder. Thank you for listening to Whispering Myths. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to Whispering Myth. That way, you won't miss out on any of the magical tales that I share. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Thank you for listening, and until we meet again, may the whispers of myths guide your dreams.